So hello and as always, welcome back to Learning MG. So today I'm going to tell you 10 things I hate about playing golf. So let's go straight into it. So first of all, normally the first and uttermost thing I would say is normally when you first start playing golf is really difficult. What does that mean? It requires a lot of time, a lot of patience, and sometimes you do not get the results you want, and that can be sometimes somewhat frustrating, but I think it's a great sport and that's part of it. Second thing I would say is the actual fact that it can be sometimes pretty expensive. Not just the golf clubs, but playing. For instance, in the south of Spain, you can pay up to $300 to play for one round, so for 18 holes. That can be sometimes an issue, especially if you are, let's say, building a brand or if you are doing other stuff. I would say thirdly, the uttermost stuff I really do not like is sometimes it can get really boring in the sense that you are waiting, and it can be almost for 5 or 6 hours that you can be playing for 18 holes, and that sometimes can be somewhat hesitating in the sense that you've got limited time nowadays, and it can be somewhat difficult to wait for 6 hours, no, especially if you've got other plans and you never know how the actual golf course is going to be. Fourth in line, I would say, is the fact that sometimes golf courses can be very far away. That means you need to drive quite a lot, and it sometimes can be very tricky. So that goes hand in hand with the money-wise. You need to spend more money, and also to practice, you need to pay maybe a teacher, maybe some golf balls, which you also need to pay. Then coming along handy. Fifth point is the balls. The balls actually cost money, especially if they are Pro V1. It can be up to $9 one ball, and that can sometimes be somewhat frustrating when you've lost 3-4 balls in a round, apart from the $300 you've paid. I have to say, I'm currently in a golf course which costs $20 to pay, you play for $20, and that's pretty awesome. Sixth in line, I would say, is not many people play. So yes, there are places where people play, but it's not something that many people play, and that sometimes can be somehow tricky to find people who actually like to play and that play at a level that you enjoy, because sometimes it is true that you can play with whoever you want, but it can be sometimes somehow tricky to play all the time alone. I usually play alone and it's wonderful, but it is true sometimes you can get tricky. Then I would say sixth in line would be the fact that not all golf courses are very well done, meaning that sometimes it can be very difficult to play. For instance, right now in summer, as you can see, it's all the actual grass isn't as this greenish style we can see right here, no, and that can sometimes be especially tricky, as well as the greens on the actual golf course. That can sometimes cause a little bit of issues, especially if you haven't played in a while and you're spending your hard-earned money. Seventh would be that the golf clubs, sometimes you need restructuring, restyling, or even buying a new clubs, because they do deteriorate over time. As you can see, for instance, my actual, let's say, clubs sometimes need a little bit of taking care, or maybe buying a new one. That would be seventh. 8, 9, and 10 are going to be very quick, and it's you need to have a family or friends that play, because if not, sometimes people do not understand that you are 5 hours playing golf without looking at your mobile phone, and that can somehow be tricky. Eighth would be the fact that it is true that everything surrounding golf can sometimes be a little bit bureaucratic, in the sense that when you want to play, you've got to have a lot of norms. There are many rules to the game, and you need to learn them, and that can sometimes be, let's say, somehow trouble-ish, in the sense that not many people know all the actual rules, and that can sometimes be difficult. And 10th, it would be that it's a very difficult sport. Many people do not know it, but it's a very difficult sport, and sometimes people really lose the patience and do not want to continue. So my humble opinion is play golf, train hard, because it's an amazing sport and you'll end up loving it. Trust me.